Hey,
Hello, my name is Selena.
and my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Piping Hot. We are so excited you have joined us for this really exciting episode. I'm so excited.
I was literally telling Selena before we logged on that, this is the hardest episode I've ever had to prepare for because it was it was so exciting. So, not only was it hard to not talk to Selena about what we're going to talk about today, but also, I don't know how I was supposed to make choices. Yeah, I don't know.
It's so funny because I think you had sent me, a Snapchat earlier today or something, and you were like, oh my god, I can't decide, and I was like, oh, haha, that's so funny, that's so funny. And then I sat down to do my notes, and I was like, oh my god, this is so hard. I was like, oh, just kidding. This is not easy.
It's not easy. It's terrible. Ugh. But anyways, more on that later.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, this week has been pretty quiet for me. So I've just been chilling. I've been trying to recharge. I'm doing better. The dogs are doing better.
Good.
We're on the up and up. Maybe daylight savings also helped with that too, because now there's more sunlight at night. But no, I'm doing good. I am going to LA next week, which now that I've realized it, I think by the time that this episode airs, I will already be back from that trip, but
crazy.
It's fine. But yeah, no, it's so weird because I haven't even thought about it yet. I've just been trying to get through this week, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally leave on Monday, which is so crazy. I'll pack later and figure shit out, but but my friend wrote a book. And it's amazing, and I'm going to her launch party for that. So
what's the book called? Who's the author? Go buy it.
Yeah, yes, go buy it. It's already out when this episode comes out. It's called The Last Blood Carver. It's a young adult fantasy by Vanessa Hudgens. It's so good. I cried the first time I read it. She's amazing. I'm so excited to meet her for the first time. It's so funny because Jack's how do you know that these people aren't serial killers? I'm like, they're not though, okay? They are internet friends.
But have you FaceTimed them before?
No.
What?
Yeah.
You're not even FaceTime?
No.
Wow.
That's literally. The only person I know is this one other girl, and she lives in Minnesota. But everyone else,
do you have them
I
on
haven't.
social media?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're in a group chat on Discord by ourselves, and so we constantly talk and stuff, but it's we haven't seen each other or talk. It's so funny because it's oh, I heard her voice for the first time last week. I was like, oh,
that's so but mind blowing to me. Wait, so how did you meet these guys?
On Twitter.
Wow.
I was just making friends on the internet.
That's wild.
Right? Yeah.
But how cool,
Yeah, I am really, really excited. So
nice.
And then the last thing regarding my life updates is that I've officially began revision 3 of my adult fantasy. Yeah, so I rewrote chapter 1 yesterday, and then I just finished rewriting chapter 2 today. And I'm feeling really great and confident about it.
Good.
But ask me the same question when I reach the midpoint, because that's when my motivation dies, So it's it's fine right now, but it's just gonna go downhill.
We'll check in. We'll check in soon.
Exactly.
Make sure you're still alive.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, no, that's it for me. How have you been?
I've been okay.
Yeah.
I've been
yeah.
Work has been a big B. Remember when I said I was going to swear anymore? Use your context clues, ladies and gentlemen, for what I mean by big B, okay?
Yeah.
It has been.
Got it, okay.
And I just, sometimes I just want to be peace out. I hate you all. But hopefully, slowly, we'll get better. I have hope. have coworkers I like, so we're getting there.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So that's been stressful. And then my one coworker on the child focus team has been out sick all week. So I've literally, it's just been me all week, this whole week. So it's been very busy. So I feel like that's been my brain. Yeah, nothing else too exciting. I'm going out to dinner after this.
Fun.
Not this coming weekend, but next weekend. I have some friends coming into town for the Sweet 16 for college basketball. So we're going to go to some of those games. Super excited.
Gosh, wait, that's so much fun. Wait, it's happening in Boston?
Yeah, I guess.
Whoa,
I know.
That's so much fun. Do you have to buy tickets for those, right? You still do, right?
Yeah, they're not cheap, but we're gonna make it work. It's
Which
fine.
is insane that like college basketball tickets are that much. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes me want to throw up, but that's okay.
That reminds me, I have to do my bracket. Is it too late?
No, I think they're next week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, oh my gosh.
Good.
Yeah. And then, or maybe it's not the weekend. I don't know when it is, but it'll come.
It's sometime.
And then I went to Ulta the other day and I got 2 new perfumes. Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the bottle, but I will describe them as well. So the first one I got is a small version of the new Kylie Jenner fragrance.
Nice.
I'm sorry, it smells so good. It's like, do you remember when Michael said it has like oaky afterbirth?
Wait, what?
In an episode of The Office, he was like tasting something and he was like, it has nodes of like oaky afterbirth. That's not this. It's actually disgusting. But this perfume is very sweet. And floral.
What are the notes? Give us the notes.
I have no idea. Maybe a little flower.
Okay.
Of some kind.
Nice. Like floral. Okay.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I got. And then the other one I got, because I have to show off the bottle, because I'm obsessed with it. It was half off for the Ulta sale. The Billie Eilish perfume.
Yeah.
I think this is the coolest bottle. This is like very sweet vanilla. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
That's a highlight of my life.
Very nice. That's okay. Good. Very nice. What are you reading, watching, listening to?
Okay, so I don't think I've read a ton since we last talked outside of our book club book that we had.
Yeah.
I talked about how much I hated When Grumpy Met Sunshine on last episode.
Yeah.
But since we last recorded, me and Selena did a buddy read of Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yeah.
You guys, I rated it 5 stars. I thought it was so good.
Yeah.
I need to read more Taylor Jenkins Reid because
Yeah.
I just love her storytelling. And I love how her stories kind of are in the same universe. So you get little bits and pieces of other characters, but it's not like a series. I don't know. I just think she has such a unique point of view, and each of her books is written differently.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's so cool how she does it because it fits the story so well. So I don't know.
Honestly,
this
it's
was
like
the book for the older sisters, I will say.
Oh, yes. If you're an older sister, aka me, Malibu Rising is your book. Or it's not. I mean, either way you take it. If you don't want to be called out.
Yeah.
But no, I loved it. I think going back to your point that every one of her books, the format is different. I think that just goes to show what an amazing author she is.
Yeah.
Because that is so challenging to constantly be changing your format. Like that gives me a headache. Like no, I can't
even think about it.
Yes. Like it's so impressive though. So I give her all of the props. I really, really did like Malibu Rising. If you haven't read Taylor Jenkins Reid's, like, please do. I think everyone knows The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but like all of her other books I haven't read all of them, but they are probably fantastic. So
yeah,
but yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
it really is. So
what's next on your like docket? Like, what are you gonna read next?
I will be reading. Oh gosh, I forgot what it's called. Oh, I said this last time too, but it switched because we did our buddy read, A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn.
Yes. Okay, you did say that. Very nice.
So Just a smutty little romance. Classic.
Yeah, we love that.
Right? What are you reading? Outside of Malibu Rising, obviously.
Yes. So outside of that, I finished Her Radiant Curse by Elizabeth Lim. It was so good. It's such a sister story. And I didn't think I would cry, but I did. And it was just, it was so good. Like, I just love her story. Like, she's such a fantastic storyteller. I don't think her prose is, like, out of this world and gorgeous, but, like, the stories that she tells are so impressive and so empowering, and I just love it.
I love that.
Yeah. My friend and I finished reading Bride by Allie Hazelwood.
What'd you think?
It wasn't great. I'll give you that. I mean, like, the thing is that, like, it's so tropey. Don't get me wrong. I love a good trope, right? But I think when you can see the author putting in the trope, it just, like, takes me out of the book. And I'm like, I need a sense of believability and realistic type to it so that I can, like, believe in the trope.
Yeah.
But it's like, I could just see Allie Hazelwood take a trope and just, like, put it in the book, and that was it.
Okay, I think I've never thought to put it the way you just put it, but I think that was a big issue I had with When Grumpy Met Sunshine. Because it's like, obviously it's called When Grumpy Met Sunshine, so the trope is Grumpy Sunshine. But then it was like, literally would straight up say, she's so happy all the time, and why is he so grumpy? Like,
oh
just,
my gosh!
Oh my god! Like, you know, it's
don't
too
tell
obvious.
me. Yes, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's so annoying. No.
I know.
So that kind of ruined the book. I will say, like, there was, like, a kid character in this book, which I thought was really, really interesting. So there's kind of, like, this dynamic of, like, a father-daughter dynamic. But even then, it still wasn't redeeming enough. Like, and it just kept getting worse. Like, I couldn't believe that the book would just never end. I was like, how is the book still going? Yeah, it was.
So how many stars did you rate it?
I couldn't even rate it on Goodreads because I needed.
You thought it didn't even deserve a star?
I don't think I want that out there of, like, what I would have rated it. But I think this conversation just revealed it.
Oh my gosh, Selena said negative stars. Wow.
Yeah. If you were on Storygraph, you would see my rating. But I have too many friends on Goodreads that I can't put that out there.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so that was a journey.
Sounds like it.
Okay, so then, Malibu Rising I read, and then I'm also currently reading How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. I don't know how to say his last name, but it's a book club read that I'm doing for a book club that I'm a part of. I'm just kind of slowly chipping through it. And then I'm also reading Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, which is the last book in the Green Bones trilogy. Wow. And I am terrified. Like, I'm so terrified. I don't want the series to end. Like, that's why I've waited so long to read book 3. Yeah. And it's like, I am so scared. I'm only like 60 pages into it, and it's like an 800-page book, and I'm like terrified.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but that is what I'm reading.
Okay, what are you watching?
So I'm still watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live-action show. I'm just slowly chipping away at it. I've watched episodes 3 and 4 since the last time that we talked. And now I see why people are having complaints. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's funny because I think last week I had mentioned, I was like, oh, I'm just vibing with it. But I think episode 4 really rubbed me the wrong way with just, like, how they had set up Aang's character arc from the original. And it was just, like, I don't know. It was really different, I will say. But you know what? I'm going to keep watching it, and I'll still probably complain, but
but like, you're committed now, so you have to watch
exactly,
it. Yeah.
Exactly. So, what are you watching?
Been keeping up with Abbott Elementary and Gilmore Girls.
Nice.
But I may have mentioned this last time. I don't know if I did, but I'm watching the show on Peacock called The Traitors. When I tell you, I am so addicted to that show. Season 2 just finished up. So I just started season 2, but that show is so good. Like, you would like it. It's like a reality competition show. And I know you watch Survivor. Like, there's some people from Survivor on that show. So,
Whoa!
Like, yeah, so it's like basically the first season is like half normal people and then half reality stars. From like, so like Ari from The Bachelor. I know there's someone from like Big Brother, The Challenge, like The Real Housewives, Below Deck, like all those random things. And basically the premise of the show is they all go into a castle and the host randomly selects 3 people to be traitors. And throughout the game, your goal is to figure out who the traitors are. And so each week you compete in challenges to make money to put in the collective pot that if you make it to the end, you win all the money. And so like each day there's like, they all sit around the table and they all vote for who they think they should be murdered. And then also every night the traitors get to choose one person to murder.
Oh, it's like werewolf, glorified werewolf or mafia or whatever you call it.
Yeah, that game.
You would play at like your high school parties or whatever.
Yep. It's so good.
That
Selena.
is amazing.
I know.
That's amazing.
It's so good.
Oh my god, that is a show I would apply for because I love that game.
I love
that game.
Wait, we should apply as like a duo and be like, you know, because we could sell that. Because like, what if one of us has a traitor and one? Oh my god. But right, I literally looked up the other day how to apply, but season 2 is already season 3 is already closed for applications.
Oh,
so
season
I have
4.
To wait till season 4. Yep.
Got it. Okay, season 4 is our time.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
What are you listening to?
Honestly, what we're talking about today, and that's it this past week. I'm not joking. Like,
no, same.
I have not listened to anything else. And like the album that we're going to be talking about, I listened to it. Actually, hold that thought. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Are you listening to anything other than our topic for the day?
So the only time that I don't listen to the album is when I'm at the gym. So I'll just listen to like hip hop or K-pop or whatever. But like literally that's the only time I listen to anything different. Constantly when I'm not at the gym, it's the album. Like it's like
it's yeah. Okay.
So.
Pop culture stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have like 2 small things and then 1 bigger thing.
Okay, I have 1 deep dive, and then I have like 2 smaller things.
Cool. All right, let's do the small things first.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Vanessa Hudgens is pregnant. She did her reveal on the Oscars red carpet as she was interviewing people. I'm so happy for her. It's just crazy, like, she was dating Austin Butler for so long, and then she said goodbye because you won't commit. Then she finds this guy, gets married, is happy, and then now she's having a baby. I'm so happy for her.
I know. Honestly, I love the comment of, like, don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your future husband. And that was literally the definition.
Literally.
Of her, yeah.
Whoa.
Like, don't let Austin stop you, girly. Like, I see that she is so happy. I'm so, so happy for her. Because, like, that's all that she's wanted, you know? After 10 fucking years. But whatever, Austin. Whatever.
Austin.
Okay. Oh, you can keep going.
Wait, no, that's it.
Oh, okay, my first small thing, sorry, is that Dua Lipa announced her new album. It's titled Radical Optimism, and it's coming out May 3rd. I need these artists to slow down because this is a really big year for everyone.
The Grammys is going to be like the most competitive Grammys ever. I'm not joking. It's going to be a bloodbath. No, it is.
Hunger Games style.
Literally. No, it is though. But I swear, for Dua's album, I need it to not all be the same kind of music. Like, she's done the future nostalgia thing.
Which is fantastic.
Fantastic. Yep. And then I feel like Houdini and Training Season, which are her 2 singles so far, very much follow that kind of like formula. And I know she's a pop girly, but like I want to see something just a little different.
And the thing is that I understand because, like, she is so good at that sound, right? She's so good at the sound that Future Nostalgia had and her 2 singles right now. A part of me wonders if she's going to kind of go back to her first album and kind of, like, touch and play with the sound there and kind of bring it back. But also, a part of me is, like, I think Dua might just, like, ride this wave of the sound that she has right now. And I wouldn't blame her because she does it so well. So
agreed. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
We'll see. Speaking of kind of the Oscars, I have to bring up the I'm Just Ken performance that Ryan Gosling was in. It was so iconic and so good. I'm sorry. Like, he, like, so many things about it, like the way that Margot Robbie was like cracking up at the beginning. He got so into it. He kissed the cameraman's hand. You saw like all the other Kens from the movie dancing and the Barbie heads, and like I feel like it just like energized the room because I tried watching the Oscars and it was so boring. That was the only good part. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I agree. I think what helped with the performance though is that he was so into it. Like, he was 110% into it, and it was so campy that he sold it. And I think that's what translates from the camera, that like you can just tell that like he was so in it that that's why it was so good, you know? Like, I feel like
100%.
if he half-assed it and he wasn't like really into character, like you could tell, but because he was into character, like it was perfect. It was so perfect.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Okay, my last small thing is that at an Olivia Rodrigo concert this past week, the Missouri Abortion Fund was there giving out free Plan B and condoms. I know. Like, this is crazy. I think it's so great that someone that young is taking a stance this big. I think it's so incredibly powerful, and honestly, like, more power to Olivia. Like, love her. I just hope she has sufficient security, because stances like that don't come lightly, you know?
No, literally. Yeah. And it's just so interesting to like think about. You don't have to be in a certain setting to make like an impact. Like, that was just like a thing, you know? Like a thing she did.
Exactly.
That was cool.
Exactly. I think that's the big thing too. That's like, she didn't have to do it, but then she did, and she made such a big stand at her concert. I'm like, you know what? You go, girl. You go, girl.
You go, Glen Coco. Okay. This is a little bit of a deep dive, but not really a deep dive. Okay. We have to talk about Kate Middleton.
That's great, because that's my deep dive.
Really?
Yep. And don't worry, I have all the facts, all the quotes. I got you, girl.
I'm so invested in this story. Can I give my overview and then I'll let you do your thing?
Yeah, go for it.
So basically, Kate Middleton hasn't been seen since Christmas. And then they made a statement in January saying she had abdominal surgery and won't be returning till Easter. But then people were freaking out that they like put out a statement. And then they put out a photo of her with her mom in the car that looks so fake. Yeah. And then she posted a picture from Mother's Day that was edited, that was like edited together. And she admitted it was photoshopped. And this does not happen in the royal family. It doesn't. Something's going on with Kate. And I have a couple theories from people on TikTok that I'd like to share. But I'll let you say your piece first.
You don't think she's on The Masked Singer? Or that she got a BBL?
That's what...
That shit... Okay, I'll be honest. Like, that shit's funny.
No, it's so funny. I'm sorry, but can you imagine freaking Kate Middleton, like a lizard singing, and then they're like, take it off, and it's like, it's Kate Middleton. Like, what?
I saw that she was like on Big Brother too, so that's like, she
there's so many funny theories. Let me find. Okay, this is from Philly Cheese 9 on TikTok. Most likely Kate Middleton theories. One on the current season of The Masked Singer.
Perfect.
Ran off with Pete Davidson.
Honestly, I would believe it.
I would believe it. Busy obsessing over sad mouse TikToks. You know that
I wouldn't blame her. I wouldn't blame her.
Got a BBL and is waiting to surprise William. BBL is like a bubble butt. for those of you who don't know.
Oh, God.
Avoiding William because he doesn't call her Pookie.
No, not that TikTok. I hate it.
I
Literally,
I
gives me
hate
the
Pookie.
ick.
It's so the ick. And then the last one on this TikTok said, had surgery and needs time to recover like a normal human being. Which, no,
That's
I don't
boring.
believe it.
Boring.
I have a couple more.
Okay.
This one is unhinged Kate Middleton conspiracy theories based on your birth month. So
Oh my God.
So January she's a contestant on The Masked Singer, so that's me.
Perfect.
February, Queen Elizabeth's death releases the Koh-i-Noor diamond curse. I don't know. March,
Okay.
Prince William, Kate's lover / Pippa's ex. Oh, so Kate's cheating on William. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
April, they're using a wax double for the car paparazzi pics, and this is the
God.
picture on the TikTok.
Stop. That's horrific.
I know. May, Kate was forced to donate life-saving organs to Charles.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
June, Kate went back to school for her graphic design degree.
Okay.
July, Kate discovered The Sims during her recovery time and has become obsessed.
Wouldn't blame her because
know.
I have my Sims
Oh my
face.
God, right? I know everyone does. August, she's run off with Pete Davidson. Mhm.
Perfect.
September, she's growing her bangs out.
Yeah.
So,
It takes a while.
yeah. October, Elizabeth was a witch keeping all the curses at bays with wards. So
Yep.
she's keeping Kate hidden.
I've heard
November,
about
this
the
is
wards. Okay, yep.
This is so perfect. Kate had a facelift and or bubble. The fact that I'm the Masked Singer and you're bubble, this tracks.
Yeah.
This tracks.
Yeah.
And then December, she's filming the next season of The Traitors. So,
Oh, there we go.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, all the theories. I personally like that she's on The Masked Singer. Like, I want to see if she can sing.
I know, right?
Okay, so, my part of the deep dive is, like,
Yes.
way more serious. But you know what? That was a great palate cleanser because,
Thank
like,
you.
we need
Thank
to
you.
find... We need to find some little joys in
Yep.
this really bizarre situation.
Yes,
so,
we do.
Okay, so you had mentioned all of these fake pictures and all that stuff, and then they had also released an image earlier this week, I think, or whatever it was, of her and Will riding in the car, where she's facing away from the camera. And again, it's most likely that it's photoshopped because the bricks in the back don't match. Like, it doesn't.
They think they're fooling us. We are too
Yes.
smart
No,
for this.
yes, exactly. So going back to your mention of that Mother's Day photo, I think the big thing to mention about this is that Associated Press, which is an American not-for-profit news agency, had issued a kill notice asking news agencies to stop circulating the photo because it, quote, appeared the source has manipulated the image. And basically, a kill notice is telling all media outlets to take down the story or photo because they have enough proof that it's not real, being, you know, the
Gotcha.
photo being
Yeah.
manipulated and photoshopped and all that stuff. And the reason why this kill notice is so big and crazy is because there's never been a kill notice of this magnitude with this big of a global public interest with high-ranking media organizations, according to Twitter user @Tanel Clark. So all in all, it was like AFP, which I think is a French news organization, Reuters, and Getty had taken down the image after the kill notice was issued. So like all of these really big news outlets, like being just like taking them down, being like, nope, it's fake.
That's crazy.
So what does that mean now, right? The kill notice essentially made the royal family an untrusted source. And as you can see, they're clearly scrambling to save their asses.
They are scrambling.
Yes. But you've seen the Harry and Meghan documentary on Netflix,
Yeah.
right? So we know that the palace lies all the time, okay? Like
Yeah.
we already know this. And they feed all of these headlines to the UK news outlet, and they do that all the fucking time, right? Like, same thing with Daily Mail and Ariana Grande. Like, you know that these like outlets in the UK are just like a different breed than what we're used to in the US.
What
But
if she got kidnapped and is being held for ransom.
I don't know. But I think the big thing too for this is that it was the international news agencies that had finally caught on, and like it just like kind of blew out of proportion. So what's really happening? Okay. The theory is that Will's mistress, Rose Hanbury, which we had heard about her a little bit last year when rumors of Will's cheating on Kate circulated. It said that Rose is pregnant with Will's child and she's keeping it. And Kate is refusing to cooperate, which I don't blame her.
No.
And it's rumored that she had like a nervous breakdown, so that's why she was in the hospital. And that or potentially that there are domestic abuse questions circulating around Will. But that's just like speculation and rumors. Like we don't know. Wow. And it's crazy. Another thing I saw too of a theory on TikTok is that Kate and the kids have disappeared in order to create this kind of like media frenzy because she knows that she's going to be replaced by Rose, right? Will's mistress.
Literally history repeating itself.
Exactly. But Kate sees it. She knows what's happening because it's happened before, right? So now she's taking herself out of the picture along with her kids and being like, hey, you can't be king without me as your queen. And this will keep going until you agree. And we'll come back when you've agreed. And so that's another theory.
True, kinda.
Right?
Like,
that's another theory
crazy.
That's kind of been circulating as well because I think people are speculating that like Rose is supposed to replace Kate. And then I just wanted to say a couple of quotes from Meghan and Harry about the royal family because, you know, I love their tell-alls and I am always on their side. So this is from Meghan. So she said, it was only once we were married, I came to understand that not only was I not being protected, but that they were willing to lie to protect other members of the family, but they weren't willing to tell the truth to protect me and my husband. So it makes sense that like they're not protecting Kate because they threw her under the bus of like, I sometimes dabble in Photoshop. Be fucking for real. Like, no, she doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. She doesn't
dabble in Photoshop.
Yes. It was such a weird statement. Like, that was weird. And then to end with Prince Harry quote, this was him speaking on the Commonwealth Service in March of 2020. This was his and Meghan's last appearance as their formal official role. I don't remember what their role was in the Royal Palace, but this was kind of like their last big event as this role. And he says, during this event, I felt really distant from the rest of my family, which was interesting because so much of how they operate is about what it looks like rather than what it feels like. And it looked cold, but it also felt cold. And so we know that appearances are really big for the royal family. So Kate wouldn't be gone for a very big specific reason. Yeah. This shit is getting crazy.
Crazy. I cannot wait to see how this develops.
Oh my gosh. It's wild.
She has to hold a press conference. I need to see her talking to believe anything.
Exactly. I don't care about these stupid photos, right?
No, I don't care even if it is a real photo. I need to see her speak before I believe it.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah. So that is the Kate Middleton drama. It'll probably be still developing, so.
Yes, so keep an eye out, folks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Are we ready to dive in for our topic for the day?
Yes. Today, Theoni and I will be talking about Eternal Sunshine, which is Ariana Grande's newest album that she released earlier in March. Yes. And I'm just so excited to finally talk to you about it because we haven't talked about it yet, and this has been so painful. Can we just dive in because I have to talk? Go for it. Yeah.
From the first listen, I love this album, and I feel like that was not the case with like Positions or Thank You Next or like anything for me. Yeah. This, I loved it right off the bat. Yes. And I don't know if part of it was because I'm starved for like Ariana content, but I genuinely think this album is just that good. Like I really do think that.
I agree. I think you know this about me that like Ariana Grande songs take a really long time to grow on me. Like, I didn't like No Tears Left to Cry. I didn't like Thank You Next. I didn't even really like Positions, but then that one grew on me pretty fast. It takes me a while in general. I love her all her albums though.
Yeah.
But this one, it was like immediate.
Yes.
I don't know how or why. Like,
I don't know.
It was insane.
Right? Oh my gosh. Like my jaw dropped like right away.
Yeah.
My overall thoughts are just so random.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, okay. I have to play these two things and you tell me if it is not sampled. I'm convinced. Let me just play you a little part of The Boy Is Mine, okay? Listen in the background of the chorus, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. Right there. It was right there, okay? Now, let me play you this song. And you tell me if she did not sample this. Okay? Okay. I'm not joking. Ready? You're gonna laugh, but I think I'm right.
Okay.
Oh, no.
What it is, folks? This right here is the 16-year-old.
It's just that part that I think it's in the background of the song. I'm not joking. It's not just me. Okay. I don't think. No,
okay, I'll have to
I'll have to
listen.
Just listen. Just really listen for it because I think it like interpolates it in the background. I'm not joking.
Got it. Okay. I will go back and listen to it again.
Yes. So that's my first overall thought.
Nice.
Okay.
My first overall thought is that this is her year, and if the Grammys don't give her all the awards for this album, they're dead to me. They're already dead to me, but they will be even more dead to me. Like, this is such a perfect album. Like, what more do you fucking need? Literally. I don't understand Grammys. Please.
This is perfect. It kind of goes into one of my overall thoughts. Like, she led this album by saying this is a concept album. Yeah. And she did that so well. It felt so cohesive, but the songs were all different somehow. It's
so good. It's so good. It's literally so good. No skips. Literally no skips.
No skips.
Yeah.
I do have to mention my jaw dropped at this part. The transition from Saturn Returns interlude into Eternal Sunshine. Yeah. Not only did it flow perfectly, but the laughs in it were taken from a video of her and Mac Miller. Yeah. And obviously, if you guys have listened, she called it Eternal Sunshine after the movie called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And that was Mac Miller's favorite movie, so that's fine.
Yeah, I immediately clocked it when I heard it. It was like the Saturn. It was like the chords that were playing, and then it faded right into Eternal Sunshine and the laughs, and I clocked it immediately, and I went, no, that's what I went.
I know. Yeah.
I will say I'm happy that I did get time to like marinate on this album because my favorites kept switching, and I think after like a week of listening, I like know, but I think like next week too it might change, but like I'm just so in awe of this album.
See, no, me too. I still don't know what my favorites are. Like whatever I say, take it with a grain of salt because I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. A couple things. So, number one, I think this somehow she made it sound like space vibes, all the songs, without sounding like a synth board, you know? But also, it felt so early 2000s, like 90s at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know how she blended those so perfectly, but she did.
No, I love it, though. I love it.
Right? So good. I have to mention one thing about I Wish I Hated You, which is one of the songs. To me, it's so Glinda coded. I don't know if it's the little light sounds in it or the way the one part where she says, We on a dance in a perilous plane. Something repaired or something. She says something, and that I was like, oh, it's wicked.
That's her musical training coming in.
No, it literally is. It literally is.
Can I just say that this is the first album that, like, I've understood all her lyrics?
The enunciation has
is
improved
amazing.
Tenfold. This movie did wonders for her pronunciation.
So good. So good. Mm-hmm. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Everyone says that this is a no-skips album, and I agree. I completely agree.
Yes.
Except for Yes and remix featuring Mariah Carey. I'm sorry. I can't. I will
so
only
bad.
listen to the original. I will only listen to the original. I can't. I tried.
It's just, I know, it gets worse the more you listen to it as well. If you had to skip one song on the album, what would it be? Excluding Saturn Returns interlude.
No, I said I would skip Yes and remix featuring Mariah Carey.
Okay, but I'm not talking about the slightly deluxe version.
No, I don't care. That's my that's my cheat. That's my cheat.
I have my answer.
What was your skip?
Ordinary Things.
Really?
I like the vibe of the song, but I can't stand the way she pronounces ordinary. Because she says ordinary things. Ordinary. I'm like,
ordinary things.
Because she's trying to fit it into... It's still a vibe, but if I had to skip a song, it would be that.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I also have to point this out.
Okay.
She is a mastermind. She started the album with the question and ended it with an answer. Okay? Yeah. She started in the first song saying, how can I know if I'm in the right relationship? And then she ends with her Nona saying, basically, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, get the fuck out.
Yeah. I love that. It's so
poetic. I'm sorry. It's poetic.
It feels like you open a book at the beginning of the album and then you can close it at the end. And it feels so satisfying.
It does.
Yeah.
And also, that just goes to show, and I think this stands for the whole album, people can't say that Ariana can't write good lyrics.
Yeah.
Because I think she did a really good job lyrically on this album, okay? She is a songwriter. Yeah. She is a songwriter, producer, singer, all the things.
Yeah.
So, shut up. Yeah. I think those are my main overall thoughts.
Nice. The last one that I have is that someone said this album feels like spring, and I agree.
Yeah.
And I think
that feels right.
I think it's because of your point that you just mentioned too, is that she starts with the question and then ends with the answer. It's almost like a new beginning. And spring is the whole like rebirth of everything. And so it feels symbolic in the way, but also the sound feels springy as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. I thought of one more thing I have to add.
Yeah.
I think the Supernatural remix with Troye Sivan, I feel like that's an example, because you look at the Yes and remix with Mariah Carey, which is just not good.
Yeah.
But then you hear Supernatural with Troye Sivan, and it sounds like it was written for the two of them together.
Yeah. Yeah. I will save my thoughts on that later.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I scrolled down on my Google Doc and I realized I had one last overall thought.
Great.
But
all right, let's hear it.
It's funny because I wasn't even planning on listening to this at midnight when it dropped or whatever. I was just up because I was reading. And I had my AirPods in and I was in bed and Jack was sleeping next to me. And my jaw dropped when it was Supernatural, True Story, and The Boy Is Mine all in a row. I still can't believe it.
That is like the triple threat or whatever you
triple
say.
Kill.
Those songs one after another. I was like, how did you just do that?
No, literally, like my jaw dropped when I listened to them all in a row. Like I couldn't believe she put them all in a row. I was like, girl, are you trying to kill me? Like, what is happening? It was so funny. I was like trying to keep my excitement and be quiet and not wake up Jack.
It's so good. Oh my gosh.
Okay, should we get into our favorite songs?
Yes.
Okay.
I honestly, I don't know that I trust my ratings. I have 5 honorable mentions, not in any particular order, which is basically the whole album, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go through my honorable mentions first.
Okay.
So, honorable mentions are Eternal Sunshine,
Yeah.
Imperfect for You.
Mm-hmm.
We Can't Be Friends. Wait for Your Love.
Yeah.
Bye. And Supernatural.
Yeah.
Those
Wow.
are my
Okay.
honorable
Okay.
mentions.
Okay.
But do I really believe they're honorable mentions? Because I think they're all tied for number one. Like, I'm not being sarcastic when I say I don't trust my own ratings.
Yeah.
So,
I'll ask you next week, like, what your new
Literally.
song, like, your
Yeah.
favorites are. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I'm assuming you have honorable mentions.
I do. Okay, but these are in order, okay? Because it was really tough. It was really, really tough for me. Okay, so I have 4 on my honorable mentions. So,
okay, I'm glad
so
I'll go 4s for that.
I'll go 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So the 4th is The Boy Is Mine. Mm-hmm. 3 is Don't Want to Break Up Again, which I think is so underrated.
Yeah.
2 is I Wish I Hated You, and then 1 is Bye. Those are my honorable mentions.
Okay.
It's really hard.
I'm sick to my stomach.
Me too.
Like,
I
literally.
it feels wrong to put them on honorable
We
mentions.
shouldn't have done this.
No.
We shouldn't have had to rank them.
No.
This is horrid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your third? What's your third favorite song on this album?
Okay. My third favorite song. It's funny you just said it. Don't Want to Break Up Again.
Yes.
I think that song has such a good vibe. It's such a bop.
Yes!
But like the way that I have been singing it repeatedly in my head, I don't wanna fuck
It's so catchy.
It's
so catchy.
damn catchy.
And like the little thing that she does before the chorus of like don't. It's so catchy.
I love it. I'm obsessed. So that's my number 3. I have nothing else to say. It's perfect. Yep.
Yeah, it is perfect. It is really perfect.
It is.
Okay, my third
is
True Story.
Yeah.
Because I love a petty Ariana Grande, right? I love a petty, mean Ariana Grande. It gives me very nostalgic vibes of Dangerous Woman and Thank You Next.
Yep.
It's funny because when I first listened to this album the first time, this was my number 1, and now it's dropped to 3, and I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? Like, what is happening? Also, I was going to say before Slightly Deluxe version came out that this is so acapella core, and then she released an acapella version. I was like, I can't wait to see all the groups do this. Like, it's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good. Yeah. Funny you say that. That's my number 2.
No way! Shut up!
I love that song.
No!
I love that song.
It's so good, Theonia.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so shady.
It's so shady. And it gave me... Okay, I mean this in the least shady way possible because I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
It gave me kind of like Cheetah Girl vibes, okay? In the sense that, like, can you imagine like a grown-up Cheetah Girls singing this song?
With so much sass.
Yes, and I went through a Cheetah Girls phase, like hardcore when I was growing up. This song is everything.
Yeah.
This song
is
is
so
everything.
Good. It's so good.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, my number 2.
Yes, your number 2.
Honestly, kind of a surprise for me.
Okay.
Right? It was like a surprise for me. Number 2 is We Can't Be Friends. It's so interesting because when it first came out, I was like, oh, whatever, like I'll go listen to Supernatural, True Story, and The Boy Is Mine. But as the week has gone since it's released, I keep going back to the song and I was like, I don't know what it is about the song. I just like love it.
It's so good. I think the music video for it is incredible.
Yeah.
I think it does the storytelling so well, and I love that Evan Peters is in it.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't know if she sampled this song or if it just really sounds like it's in the same vein, but it's very Dancing on My Own vibes.
Yes, it is. Yep.
It's so
and I think
good.
that's why too. Like it's such a heartbreaking song, but it has such an almost like
release.
Yes, literally, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yes, like it feels so like I feel so satisfied after listening to that song because it's like, oh my god, I feel like I can breathe, and I think that's the whole point of it. Like I don't know, I love it though. I love it. Okay, what is your number 1?
Okay, so this probably isn't surprising based on everything else I've said. And we all know when it comes to music and like an album, I go towards the more upbeat, vibey ones.
Yeah.
So that's why my number one is The Boy Is Mine. I'm sorry. It's so good.
It's so good.
It is. I know
so
I'm
good.
gonna like that song like forever.
Yeah.
It's
so
just,
good.
I
It's
don't
like-
even know what to say about it.
I like
really
a part
don't.
of me mourns fantasize, don't get me wrong, but then I'm like, oh, we have The Boy Is Mine, like don't worry about
literally,
it.
The Boy Is Mine. I'm not gonna say it because I'm trying not to swear. Remember, this is a whole thing on the podcast.
Got it.
It is the most CUNTY song I've ever
100%,
heard.
100%.
And this reminds me of such like the stereotypical Ariana Grande song in a way, where it's like it gives like break up with your girlfriend, I'm bored.
Yes!
But, you know, like
I love it. It's like so unapologetically Ariana Grande. Like I love that.
And she's like,
Honestly,
I could keep talking about it.
The first time I listened to it, and when it gets into the chorus and it slows down and it goes, "That boy is much." Dead, literally deceased. I like floated out of my body. I was like, you did not just slow it down there.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It's next level.
It's funny because I was like, oh, I'm waiting for someone to do a TikTok dance to it, which they already have. Surprise, I can't do it. I want to do it.
I want to do that dance so bad. If you guys have TikTok, go watch the dances for this song because they're incredible.
So good. Yeah.
All right. I think I have a feeling of what your number one is.
My number one. This one came as a surprise to me too. Remember, because originally True Story was number one, but it went down to number 3. So this one, it floated to the top somehow.
Wait, count me down, and then we'll say it at the same time.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Supernatural.
Featuring Troye Sivan. It has to be that version. Like, I think what you were saying before is that this felt like it was written for a duet because of how seamlessly Troy is added. It is literally insane. Don't get me wrong. I love features with The Weeknd, and I love Safety Net with Ty Dolla $ign. I love those duets. This is on another fucking level. Well, I don't know.
I don't know what it is. It like the song was already top tier.
Yes.
But then you add Troye Sivan and somehow it like made it even better.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It's like I just don't know. I love him so much, but then the song itself is so catchy, and it's funny because I saw someone on TikTok say that listening to Supernatural makes me feel like I'm floating, and I'm like, that is so correct. I just can't. Yes, I can't. And then Supernatural also has my favorite run that Ariana Grande has on an album. Not a live album, because I think I have different favorites from her, like live albums and her tours and stuff. Yeah. But like studio albums, I think this might be my favorite run that she ever does. And it's like the last chorus, and it's when she does her call and repeat. And it's like, I don't want to fight the fall. And she goes, and insane. How can you do that?
What it sounds like, but I don't know.
I know.
But here's the thing. You know, she was in that studio and she gave 100 other versions of that riff that were just as good.
I know. And she's like, oh, I don't like it, and it was a perfect take. And she's like, oh, let's do it again.
Literally, you know that's what happened. You know that's what happened.
Yeah, it's my favorite run ever, and I sing it all the time. Even though I literally can't do it, it's so hard. Okay,
it's so hard. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Favorite lyrics?
Okay.
I couldn't rate them. I couldn't.
Oh yeah.
I just have 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. Actually,
I don't
can.
know.
Well, can I?
I guess they're not. I don't have to rate them. Like it's fine.
Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You go first this time.
I'll go first. Okay. So one of my favorite lyrics is from "We Can't Be Friends," obviously, and it says, "Because I don't want to argue, but I don't want to bite my tongue. I think I'd rather die." I was like, girl, it's so powerful that it's like she can't lie to herself. She can't lie to anyone. She's got to live by her morals and what she wants to do. And I was like, I feel like that's so powerful, but also in the sense of the song, it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
Because because it's not always easy to do
I
that.
know. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first lyric that I want to talk about is from Don't Want to Break Up Again.
Okay.
It is, I fall asleep crying, you turn up the TV, you don't want to hear me, one more sleepless night. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Dalton. Like, it's so significant because then you look at the title of the song, Don't Want to Break Up Again.
Yeah.
It just, and then you hear that lyric and she's like, she's literally going to sleep crying. She's miserable. She's not happy, but it's just another night of all the crappy nights, and I'm still going to be here because I just don't want to admit that this failed.
Yeah.
Or that
exactly.
You ruined it, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, Dalton.
Brilliant.
It's on site. If I
Literally.
see you. That's literally it. It's on site. I swear. I heard that. I was like, I'm sorry. Did I hear that correctly? Like,
Literally.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wild. Okay, my second favorite lyric is from True Story.
Okay.
It's, for fun, you like to pray for my demise, but I'll play whatever part you need me to, and I'll be good in it too.
Okay, because I'll let you say your piece first.
I was just going to say, jaw dropped. The fact that, like, the music all disappears when she says, and I'll be good at it too. It's like, she has handled so much bullshit. She's like, you know what? No, let's go. Like, let's go. And I appreciate that energy because I have the same energy where I'm like, oh, no. Like, I'm not going to back down. You think you saying that stuff is going to make me back down? I'm like, oh, no. Like, you just asked for it. Like, let's go. And I love it.
What was I going to say? Oh, I think it shook me to my core, especially because she didn't do the little dropout music thing in the first verse, so I wasn't expecting it. And then we get to that verse, and she says, and I'll be good at it too, and I said, she said that.
Mm-hmm. She's on business. Yeah, she's standing on business.
She is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. My next lyric is from Eternal Sunshine, and it's, I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons, all my lies, yet you played me like Atari. Which, okay, I've heard some things about this lyric with you played me like Atari is a famous lyric from the song Fuck You by CeeLo Green. And, you know, so, that's nuts.
I love that.
But also, I just related to this because it's like, I'll be the first to say I'm sorry, facts, but now you got me feeling sorry, and then you actually start to feel bad. And then it's like, I showed you all my demons, all my lies. Like, I literally laid myself bare for you. Yeah. And you still took advantage. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. That spoke to my soul, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Too much. Yeah. It is too much. It's fine.
Okay, my last favorite lyric is from Eternal Sunshine. It is, I'd rather forget than know for sure, what we could have fought through behind this door. So I close it and move. You know, just coming from, like, an overthinker, it's like, oh my God. Like, I feel like, I think I'm envious of it in a way where it's like, I wish I could close it and move as well. But I just, like, feel her pain because I'm like, oh, I'm always constantly thinking of, like, the if and but of on both sides. And then she goes on to say, then they go on their respective sides and stuff. Yep. And it's like, I'm like, oh my God, that hit me to my core.
Right? No, I feel like, and that's what's so cool about lyrics. It's like, when you find something that relates to you, you're like, oh, I get it now. Yeah. I get it, you know?
Mm-hmm. I get it too much, actually.
Literally, though. Oh my gosh. All right, my last lyric. I did have honorable mention lyrics, but I'm not even going to go there right now. Okay. My last lyric is from We Can't Be Friends. This is kind of like a long one. Yeah, but I still have to bring it up. Yeah. I didn't think you'd understand me. How could you even ever try? I don't want to tiptoe, but I don't want to hide. But I don't want to feed this monstrous fire. Just want to let this story die. Then later, she says, know that you made me. I don't like how you paint me, yet I'm still here hanging, not what you made me. So I think the coolest thing about this song is you can look at it as a relationship, like she shows in the music video, whatever, but then you look at it of her singing this towards the media. And it gives like a whole different meaning when you said, didn't think you'd understand me. How'd you ever try? I don't want to tiptoe. I don't want to hide. She's like, well, I don't want to be out in the public and you're going to do all these things. And I don't want to try to have to act perfect. But I also don't want to just keep to myself and not do what I want to do.
Exactly.
But I think the best part of this lyric is when she said, know that you made me. I don't like how you paint me, yet I'm still here hanging. That's what really like speaks to me the most. I think it's like, I don't know even what to say about it, but it's like, you're going to paint me this way and you're going to say all these things about me, but I'm still here. Like I'm still doing my thing.
The perseverance is insane.
Yep,
it's like
it is
insane. Like
next level.
I think it really speaks to just like how much she's gone through and how much she's painted in such a negative light, but yet here she is still hanging, and it's like, honestly, like more power to her, and it's like her way to reclaim her name and her work and all that stuff when everyone is so eager to like drag it down. The perseverance is insane, and if Ari knows something, it's perseverance. So
facts. Straight facts.
Yeah. Wow. Is that
Wait,
it?
Is that it? I thought you had one more. Oh my gosh.
No.
Wow.
We did it.
I could literally talk about this album for 10 hours. Like
Same.
And I think the cool thing is every time I listen to it, I hear something new. And I love listening to it in order because the flow of it is like better than any album I've heard in a long time.
Yes. I feel like people don't do that.
They don't
anymore. Yeah, so it was really nice.
It was.
Yeah.
But Selena, you want to tell our audience what we're talking about next week?
In 2 weeks, Theoni and I will be doing a drunk book recap, which we've done in the past before. And you know what? We were just like, we deserve a drink to talk books and just have fun. So come.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Grab a drink and listen to us in 2 weeks.
I want to get like schwasty. Like I think if we're going to do this again, we should be
pretty far gone. Okay, I got it.
Okay, great. Cool.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.